Guess who got her camera back? Ooh, 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 ooh. So happy, so happy, so happy. Anyway, that's kind of actually what inspired this video, because they said, so I had to like mail the camera in to get it repaired and then decide if I wanted to get the, you know, like take the repair and then send it back. And they said it was gonna take a few weeks, and I said, no, it will not. I will get this back in less than a week, because filming on my phone has been a bitch, okay? So today I wanna get into some myths about manifestation. I wanna talk about the science behind it for those who are a little skeptical, if you will. I also wanna talk about some like advanced techniques that you're not really going to hear online that have really worked well for me. So let's dive right in. I'm just so happy I have my camera back. Oh my God. So the thing is if you have been not getting your manifestations, not getting your desires, chances are you are most likely missing some key elements. And trust me, like this is something I struggled with for a few years, right? So my goal for you is that by the end of this video, you will know exactly what you need to do so that you can see undeniable results. You will know. If you're new here, I'm Sarah, and I created this channel to give you everyday practical ways to improve your life, be the best version of yourself, be happier, be more loving, be peaceful, and of course, build the life of your dreams. So let's start by talking about some myths of manifestation, law of attraction, law of assumption, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing, sort of. So I know I touched this in another video a while back. If you do want to look into a more basic manifestation video, I will post that right here. But it's that you always have to be thinking positively. Now, there is something to say about charging your thoughts with emotions. However, if it were the case that you had to be thinking positive thoughts all the time, and that was the only factor, then all of these people who have vision boards would be getting everything they want immediately, and those who do robotic affirmations would not. You know what I mean? So that just like is not true. Which in my opinion is kind of nice, because like who the hell can think positively all the time? Not I. The truth is that your subconscious belief and your emotional frequency play a much bigger role than just thinking positively. Another one that really grinds my gears is that the universe is testing you before you receive your manifestation to see if you're really ready. Because in reality, it is not a test, it's actually your internal resistance. So what you're calling a test is really your subconscious fears that are manifesting into your reality. So the key there is to dissolve that resistance, and we will get into that later on in this video. So let's talk a little science-y, because I think as humans, we tend to obviously be a little more logic, and so we have some science to back this up, at least for me, and I know for a lot of other people I've talked to who are into manifestation. It really helps build up the belief that it is not only possible for them, but it is happening all the time for everyone. So your thoughts, your emotions, they create what we call electromagnetic fields. And this is all really quantum physics, quantum entanglement, everything along those lines, but your brain acts as a frequency transmitter. So think of like a radio, right? So the dominant emotions and thoughts that you hold, but a lot of times you're just backtrack real quick, your thoughts often create the emotions, right? And so we almost want to switch that around, but we'll get into that too. But so your dominant emotions, they send actual signals and frequencies into this quantum field, and then reality reacts accordingly. So that's a big thing too, is most people, probably not you if you're watching this video, but most people start on the outside, on the exterior, and that's what determines how they feel, when in reality, like legit science reality, it's your internal that affects the external, right? So the frequency that you're putting out is going to mirror itself in your reality. If you hold very deep feelings of abundance, more abundance is going to find you. If you hold very, very deep feelings of fear, that's also going to find you. So the biggest aspect of all of this, and I know you've probably heard this term before, is embodiment. Manifestation is not about hoping. It's not about wishing. It's about embodying the version of you that already has what they desire. And I think the biggest, the toughest part of all of this is, okay, well, if I'm in the negatives in my bank account, but I want to manifest being a millionaire, how do I embody being a millionaire while feeling this way, right? And that's breaking down those barriers of resistance. So what this really means as far as embodying it, it is walking, talking, dressing, thinking like the person who already has what you desire. It's shifting your subconscious beliefs through repetition, and that's why people that do a lot of the robotic affirmations find so much success, is because they are repeating their desires as if they already have them over and over and over again. So it's creating these neurological pathways in their brain, and that changes the signals that they are emitting into the world. And I think the biggest thing here, and this was a big lesson I had to learn because I'm a planner. My mom just told me yesterday that I have an issue with always trying to plan out A through Z through my life, right? And so it's releasing the how the manifestation is going to come into fruition. You know, we might have an idea in our heads that we need to do X, Y, and Z before this manifestation can come in. But in reality, perhaps the universe has all of these other ways of bringing this manifestation to you, but because you have blocked out and pigeonholed yourself into this one way, you are getting in your own way of receiving this manifestation. Oh man. Sometimes I just like listen to other people, and you know, like hopefully my videos do this for you, where it just like clicks in your head and you're like, that's what I was doing. I just like did that to myself with something in my life right now. So I hear you, Sarah, I hear you. You basically have to bridge your own gap. Like if you want to be rich, but your habits and your roots are rooted in lack, that is your responsibility to change that within yourself, so that it allows the universe, allows God, allows whatever higher power you believe in to bring that into you. You first have to become the version of you that matches the reality that you desire. Damn, I just got another one for myself. Whew. Is it hot in here? So let's talk about some actual techniques you can use that are not robotic affirmations. And I want to be clear too, and I know I've talked this in other videos, if you do want to look at like 10 other manifestation techniques that I've used and that I do and don't like and why, I will post this video right here as well. But techniques are not the way to manifestation. It is to get you into the state so that you can match and embody the version of yourself that has that reality, your desired reality. Does that make sense? So only doing techniques isn't going to bring you your manifestation. It is to get you into the embodiment, into the state that you match that reality. Okay, so it's just a tool to help you get there if you can't just like do it on your own, right? So, and that's why, and I also like, they're fun, right? So I do different ones all the time, like whatever I'm feeling. Like I might be scripting for a few months and then I get kind of like over that, and then I might try like the water method for a few months, and like it's fun, like learning these things about yourself and crafting this and embodying who you want to be is way more fun than not. So instead of taking it so seriously, kind of just look at it as a game. And that's something that has really helped me throughout my manifestation journey the last 5 years, is realizing that it's not a chore. And if it feels like a chore to do any of these, it's not the right one for you. Okay, so number one, and this is envisioning time collapsing. Most people believe that there is a time gap between the thought of this is the manifestation I want to have and actually getting there and achieving it, which makes sense. There's nothing wrong with you for thinking that, because we are human and we live in a linear world, right? And so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just unlearning that, because as we all know, time is man-made. It is an illusion that we are in this earth. And so if you fully embody the version of you that you want, you collapse that time and you become that person now, this manifestation could come to you today, tomorrow. You have no idea the different ways the universe can reconstruct itself to bring you what you want. You just have to actually step into that person and realize that it doesn't have to take a month, 5 months, a year, 5 years, whatever. A nice way that I like to do this is scripting in present tense as if I'm living the life I already want. So an example of that would be like, I really, you're writing in your little journal, right? Like, I really enjoyed my slow morning. I woke up, stepped outside directly onto the sand, and it felt so warm on my feet and the sun shining down on me. And the more descriptive you can get with this, the easier it's going to be for you to actually like feel it and embody it. Okay, so you're journaling as if you're in the version of you that you're trying to manifest. Now, another technique you could use is one of Neville Goddard's, and it is the Isn't It Wonderful technique. Now, with this one, you can kind of do whatever feels right for you, and that is either going very broad or very specific. And it's just kind of like a question, right? So if you put a question out, your brain is always in the background looking for an answer. It's kind of like when you're speaking with someone and you guys are talking about something and you just like can't remember the answer of what it is, and then like 2 days later or 5 days later it randomly pops into your head. That's because when you ask a question, your brain is searching in the background for that answer. So when you say, isn't it so wonderful that I woke up to the love of my life today, even if you've been single for 5 years, isn't it wonderful? And then your brain's gonna be looking like, the love of my life, waking up to the love of my life. And it emits that question and it wants to give you an answer. It wants to resolve the question, right? Isn't it wonderful? I just woke up today and received a random check in the mail. And then the universe is going to be like, we need to get them a check. Because the thing is too, is I have found over the years that when I ask a question instead of making a statement, it lowers the resistance, right? If you make a statement, I am a millionaire, but your bank account's in the negative, you might feel that immediate resistance. And you should probably get familiar with like what resistance feels like in you. It's very subtle. Whereas if you ask a question like, wow, isn't it wonderful that I'm a millionaire? It's just a totally different energy. And I find it easier to ask questions instead of making statements because I don't have that resistance in me. So I would imagine it would hopefully be the same for you. Okay, let's talk a little bit about quantum jumping. I could like really go down a rabbit hole with this one, but we'll save that for another video if you guys want. So if you do want a video on quantum jumping specifically, let me know in the comments below and I will make a whole video on that. And also real quick, if you are not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel and I don't ask anything else. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So quantum jumping is a really fun thing to visualize, and it's basically you either physically or visually stepping into a parallel reality where you are already living your desired life. The way I like to do this is, and I don't do it every time because like I don't remember every time, but when I walk through any kind of doorway, I like to imagine like, so like this is the doorway right here. I like to imagine I'm just like walking into my desired reality. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be like super complicated. I think like doorways are really the key to this, at least for me. So I'd imagine trying that, or if you're like, you're in a meditation, like, and you're visualizing in your meditation, open the door, walk through the door, envision a bright light coming through there. Or, you know, maybe you're like, I don't know, in your bedroom or something like I am right now, and you're in a meditation, and whatever you're doing, like I was just talking about the beach, like I can open the door of my meditation and walk through, and I see this big, beautiful beach. I'm looking at the blue sky. I see dolphins jumping, and in the meditation, you can kind of turn around and see your big, beautiful house on the beach. You know what I mean? Like, have fun with it. Be creative, and there's no limits to what you can visualize and what you desire, right? So I touched on this a little bit, but it is subconscious reprogramming through repetition. So there's a few things you can do like this. You can do repetitive affirmations. You can do subliminals. I always have subliminals on at night. I like wake up really easily, like I'm a very light sleeper, so I'll put them down so low I can barely hear it, but your subconscious is still taking that in, right? Just make sure it's a subliminal that you trust. I don't have any subliminals that I've made, but maybe I should do that. Let me know if you guys want me to create a subliminal that you can sleep to overnight, because they're lovely and they work very well. You just have to make sure that you trust the person who is creating them, because the thing is our subconscious runs on autopilot. So most of us, our default doesn't run on abundance and love and all of these things. Unfortunately, as we get conditioned throughout life, our autopilot tends to be a little more negative. So what you have to do is consciously retrain your mind to adopt these like new patterns. Hypnosis is another one you can try. I've done hypnosis, but I always fell asleep. So I like, it's still like when you're asleep, your mind's still taking it in. So I don't have any concrete evidence that that worked. I don't know that I really trust the practitioner I used. I did it for like 2 months, but maybe it's something I'll try again and report back to you guys. So if you are gonna go that route, make sure you find someone that is reputable and that their clients have seen like some pretty good results. All right, and this one we've gotta talk about. We've gotta talk about detachment. The more desperate you are for something, the more you push it away. Why? Because desperation exudes lack. If you can let go to that attachment to when and how and where things are going to manifest, it will come in so much quicker. And god damn, do I have like a an example of this. Ooh, am I ready to talk about that yet? I guess so. No. I'm gonna save this for another video because it's a little too new. But I will dive into that example of detachment probably here in the next month or so. So look out for that video. But if you guys have any questions about anything we talked about today, please let me know in the comments below. I am so here to help you, to guide you, to answer any questions to my ability. I don't know everything. I don't ever pretend to know everything, but I'm here to help in any way I can because I want you guys to be so happy. I really do. I love you so, so much. If you found value in this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It means the absolute world to me. Like, I love, love, love reading your comments, and I try to respond to all of them, and you guys are just so special to me. YouTube, this channel, everything, you know, it's just very, it's like, it's my heart, you know? So I love you guys so much, and don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.